Our friend Clayton Morris is starting a movement to abandon daylight saving time. I do this every year, and then by 2 weeks we'll have forgotten, and we're going to live with this thing. There will be tomorrow 24% more heart attacks because we jumped forward. 24%.
Wait, really?
I didn't know that. That's a terrible statistic.
It kills people. There will be a dramatic increase in traffic accidents. More people will put their hand in the drill press by accident. No, I'm making that one up.
It's probably I was really horrified by that. I was like, Leo, no.
No, 25% more. Yeah, I know. But 25% more, 24% more traffic accidents. Heart attacks. Traffic accidents go up. Judges, get this, on the Monday after daylight saving time, tomorrow, do not go to court. Judges dole out harsher sentences because they're cranky.
They'll put you away.
And according to the New Yorker, employees are more likely to cyber loaf on the internet on Mondays after daylight savings time.
Well, that's every Monday.
I was going to say, that seems like every Monday.
And then the funny thing is when we revert, making the sunset earlier, street crime goes up. Traffic accidents involving wildlife. It's the peak time. Don't laugh. It's the peak time for deer and elk migration. In fact, this is true. I read it in the New Yorker. They have fact checkers. Researchers in Australia have calculated ending daylight savings time there throughout the year would reduce the number of koalas killed by motorists by 8%.
That's not going to help
someone think of the koalas?
Think of the koalas. And by the way, it doesn't save energy. And
will
farmers
it lower your taxes, though? Like, if getting rid of daylight savings will lower taxes, everybody be for it in this country.
Everybody be in, right?
You got to sell this the right way.
The thing that really bugs me about it is this such an antiquated idea that we're all marching in lockstep to the same kind of schedule. People have all kinds of different schedules. And by the way, why don't we go ahead and abolish time zones as well? Why don't, in the airline industry and any kind of aviation, they have something called Zulu or what's the real
UTC.
name? UTC. We should all just be on UTC.
No, because then you'd be like, this show would be like at 2 in the morning.
Exactly, but when you said that, you wouldn't have to explain it. You wouldn't have to say, well, if you're there, it's a different time.
Time is irrelevant.
You wouldn't call it 2 in the morning, actually. You'd call it 2300.
Zulu.
Or actually 2200.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing, because I have to explain our time, because even though we do this show at 3 p.m. Pacific, that was 2300 UTC, but now we've changed what Pacific is, so the people in England who haven't changed yet have to know the show starts an hour earlier, and then their time will change. It's just goofy.
And there's some places that have a half an hour difference or like an hour and a half difference.
Well, those places shouldn't exist, first of all. They were asking for it. But I think I've been monitoring the chat room, and I'm so sorry to be so delayed in giving the chat room a shout out. Someone over there, and maybe many, have a great idea: abolish daylight savings and the Electoral College. I would keep time zones if you were at the Electoral College.
Okay, you get one thing for the farmers and one thing not. There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, so everybody can get something out of this. That's cool.
I just want to know give me a short list of honest benefits that I get as a person out of daylight saving time, because I can't find any.
Even the farmers, it was originally to save energy. But as it turns out, studies have shown it doesn't save energy because people spend more time with the air conditioning. Right. And besides, you turn off the lights at the office, but you turn them on at home. So it's a net zero. People said it's for the farmers. Well, I can tell you, we're in dairy country. The farmers hate it because the cows do not honor daylight saving time.
Or the koalas.
No, they don't know. They're not wearing watches.
The cows are saying, what are you doing here? It's not time. I don't want to be milked.
Yeah.
But wait, can I just be super simple-minded about this for a moment? It's called daylight savings. Are we not saving daylight?
Daylight saving. It's just one. I have a local radio DJ who is super adamant about this.
The cop get it, actually.
Saving daylight saving time.
It's adamant. It's saving. There's only one.
See, I'm obsessed with savings because I'm thinking about Casper. I'm thinking about tax refunds because
you're saving daylight.
Now, we may finally, because I've been wailing about this for years. This, by the way, wasn't a national thing until 1966. So this did not become common in the United States until 1966.
People were on LSD in 1966.
What do they know?
There you go. That's exactly what happened.
This country came to a lot of things late, like women voting and black people having the right to just walk down the street in peace. So I wouldn't knock lateness as like a real ding against it. We got to choose another problem.
Okay,
but I think that decade we can also attribute to, Fantasia. I think there was just a lot of drug use happening.
Fantasia.
So we might just be able to contribute daylight saving time.
Purple
Exactly.
hippopotamuses and tutus. How?
Only LSD can explain it.
So apparently at the state level, there are currently 24 bills pending. Legislators in New Hampshire, Maine, and Rhode Island, for instance, have suggested permanently moving New England from Eastern Standard Time to Atlantic Standard Time. They would be 1 hour. They would be 1 hour ahead of New York and in sync with Nova Scotia and Labrador.
But the wants to secede, let them go, including from time.
The New Hampshire bill stipulates that it goes into effect only if Massachusetts does it too. Well, only going to do it if Massachusetts does it too.
It's crazy.
I just don't we all want to just be free of time, like time constraints?
Yep.
Now
just
we're
get
talking,
rid of the
actually.
concept of time.
Didn't Swatch create Swatch time, an internet time of some kind?
Everybody ignored it.
Yeah, that's too
Yeah,
bad.
that was a terrible
But
marketing.
really, but the main benefit of time is to synchronize activity, and that's why we don't need time zones. We just need a number that says at this point in the space-time continuum, we can have our meeting or whatever, and that's it. All these time zones and 8 o'clock in the morning is in the morning. Well, it kind of is depending on what part of the earth you're on. It's just It's just antiquated beyond belief.
But Mike, this whole idea of abolishing time zones, don't time zones give us a sense of synchronicity with our regional neighbors, providing an us versus them, which is a valuable tool to create a coherent society, like East versus West?
It does.
Very strong.
It does, but it's a misleading one.
We need American time.
You're on Brooklyn time, right? So it's like we're having a live conversation.
Freedom time.
Live conversation, Brooklyn time, right? Keep going.
Right. Heart attacks go up. There's no increased risk to children in rural areas. Traffic accidents spike. Workplace injuries go up. Strokes go up.
I'm going to write something in defense of daylight saving just to piss you guys off.
Workplace productivity goes down. Permanent daylight savings time will help decrease air pollution, according to the Journal of Air and Waste Management Association. Clock changing, according to the Wall Street Journal, harms relationships.
Well, if you've ever tried to watch your husband change a clock on a VCR, let me tell you, it does harm a relationship. It's true. Why yelling?
You have a VCR?
No, I don't know. Just saying.
That sounds apocryphal.
Seems like a thing people would yell at each other.
Honey, it's blinking 12 again.
I
fixed it last week. So
I found this is a scientific, what's on Stanford.edu. To me,
that's
means
good.
Science.
That's a start.
It could just be it's a personal website, and the benefits of daylight savings time. Sorry, saving time. The chat room is killing me. It shifts summer daylight to evening hours when it can be enjoyed more. I think this is a good reason. So that's
no, we
one.
just stay on daylight savings.
I agree with that. We stay with what we have right now, which is long days.
Stay with what we got.
I like long days.
No, it's not going to change the length. The length of the day is not governed by daylight saving time.
Now,
sure. I mean, if we get rid of
that's
time zones, that's just one step
here's the
towards
sun,
the United Federation.
And here's the Earth. And it goes. Oh man.
I don't know now, Leo. I'm doubting everything. Science, facts.
How about this?
Time.
This is all a simulation anyway, you guys. It doesn't even matter.
Here's a study.
you.
Thank goodness. You know,
yes.
Lately, ever since Elon said that, Elon said chances are 1,000,000,001 we're not in a simulation. This is a game.
It takes a lot of pressure off.
It does.
Yeah.
Elon says,
matter.
you know what? Next year, let's send 2 people to Mars.
Yeah.
Or the moon. We're going to go around the moon. Let's just do it.
For funsies.
Why not?
What's funsies? What could possibly go wrong? Who cares? It's simulation.
Right. They're
Couple of
volunteers.
tourists.
They signed the
It doesn't
thing.
matter. They're just glitches in the system anyway. Just send them to the moon.
That
Who cares?
is a mind worm, because ever since he said that now, I think that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just a simulation. Like,
I'm sorry, guys. I got to bring it back to daylight saving time for a minute. Here's my last.
And he's in a hurry too, because we lost an hour.
No,
you gotta hurry. Get it all out.
First of all, last night I watched an episode of Twin Peaks, and then I looked at my clock and it was 3:45 in the morning. How is it so late? But it wasn't. Daylight saving stole something from me.
It stole something
which is
from you.
my sense of reality.
Yep.
Second,
Unlike
I
Twin
associate-
Peaks.
If we just have a single time zone, that means at any point in the world at this moment, it is like 22:17 Zeta or whatever. But I associate time with like the position of the sun. Wouldn't that ruin that? Like we'd have to choose a point of primacy to determine that.
You'd still do that, but based on where you live. So you'd say, oh, the sun rises at 5 p.m.
Here in Petaluma, the sun comes up at 0500.
You just get used to it.
Yeah.
You'll get used to
The
it.
sun rises at 1700.
Yeah.
You're insane.
It's only insane because
it's just a number.
Because you're so used to living by this weird, arbitrary.
Now, I think Celsius temperatures are insane, so I understand your issue, but I think we get used to it. It's you know what? It's the kind of thing.
It'd be like if we switched to the metric system.
We're just gonna
now you're talking crazy.
Abolish time zones, saving, and the imperial system.
We couldn't even agree to do that.
We are getting so much done for the world right now on this show. I am so excited.
Can I just take a moment, because I've never got the opportunity to do this, to defend the U.S. not being on the metric system.
Okay.
And that is, as a writer, you can't use metric measurements in poetry or literature. You can't say, it won't be a song that's like 500 kilometers.
I would walk 500 kilometers.
It just ruins it's terrible. Feet and inches and so on are poetic, sort of.
So here's a map of the world. In red, the 3 countries that still use the imperial system, still use feet, miles, and Fahrenheit.
That is not a fair representation. You have to show a visual image that represents the amount of guns or nuclear weapons. And that will explain more the persistence of the imperial.
The United States, Myanmar, and Liberia.
Wow.
That's it. The last 3. We're standing. This is the alliance of good. This is.
I'm going to play these 3 countries the next time I play Risk.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I want to be.
The imperial axis.
So I apologize for bringing us back into a debate about time. If you wanted to keep moving to the other stories.
No, don't apologize. There's no agenda here.
Okay. Are you going to get sued by Dvorak for saying that?
Yeah, probably. I just thought, oh, crap. I'm in trouble now. There is an agenda here. Anyway, I do hope this gets abandoned. I think it's terrible. There's actually a book called Spring Forward, The Annual Madness of Daylight Savings Time. There's a website which you can get all these facts from if you want. That is sco.tt/time, changing the clocks for daylight saving time. I think that there's one problem is we'd have to debate whether when you change the clocks. But I love the world time. I think we should just have a world time. I love that.
It's one step closer to the United Federation of Planets, you guys. That's all I'm saying.
It is. It's totally a science fiction trope.
Once we start having
it's very sci-fi.
Once we have interplanetary commerce and leisure and other activities, we will need
matching
a more standard Earth time.
Futuristic outfits.
You always know you're reading sci-fi when you see there's a black president. Then you know that this is the future, right?
Or the recent past, dude.
Or the last. What was it? Zach Galifianakis asked Barack Obama, "How does it feel being the last black president?"
No, he asked Hillary Clinton, "What are you concerned about being young people's first white president, or something like that?"
That's funny too.
Yeah, but now
apparently that wasn't a concern.
Their first orange president.
Yeah, that's good. We're diversity. All right, so it's not going to happen, but Clayton Morris is starting this and as well, and he's getting behind it, and I agree. I think we should get rid of this.